Are you struggling with exam preparation, feeling overwhelmed with all the material you need to cover? We've all been there, staring at a mountain of notes, textbooks, and flashcards, wondering where to even begin. It's easy to feel like you're drowning in information, but don't worry, we're here to throw you a lifeline. Welcome to a discussion about effective exam preparation strategies. We're going to delve into the importance of having a well-thought-out study plan and how to use clever strategies to maximize your productivity. You see, success in exam preparation isn't just about how much time you spend studying, but how effectively you use that time. We'll be exploring the idea that by focusing on the most crucial material, you can yield the best results. We're also going to discuss the importance of a distraction-free environment and how it can boost your concentration levels. We'll look at note-taking strategies for better retention and how setting short-term goals can keep you motivated. So sit back, relax, and let's take the first step towards acing that exam together. In this video, you will learn 5 strategies to make your exam preparation more effective. The first strategy is the 80-20th rule. Ever heard of it? Let's dive in and demystify it. The 80-20th rule, also known as the Pareto principle, is a theory suggesting that 80% of outcomes come from just 20% of all efforts. Now you might be wondering, how does this apply to studying? Well, it's quite simple. In the context of exam preparation, this principle proposes that 80% of your exam results are likely to come from just 20% of your study material. Yes, you heard that right. But how do we pinpoint this magical 20%? Identifying this crucial 20% is a skill that can be honed over time. Start by reviewing your syllabus or course outline. This will give you a bird's-eye view of what's important. Look for recurring themes, heavily emphasized topics, or areas your professor or teacher seems particularly keen on. These are likely to be part of your critical 20%. Next, pay attention to class discussions, lectures, and notes. Professors often give away hints about what's important. They might spend more time on certain topics, repeat certain facts, or even explicitly tell you what to focus on. These are your golden nuggets. Finally, practice papers, past exams, and quizzes are your best friends. They often mirror what's to be expected in the actual exam. They help you understand the type of questions asked, the topics frequently covered, and the depth of understanding required. By identifying and focusing on this critical 20% of your study material, you can ensure that your study time is used effectively. You're not just randomly studying everything, you're strategically focusing on what's most likely to yield results. Remember, it's not about studying more, it's about studying smart. The 80-20 rule isn't an excuse to study less, but a strategy to study more efficiently. By focusing on the most important material first, you can maximize your study time and results. It's all about making the most of your efforts and getting the best possible outcome. So next time you sit down to study, remember the 80-20 rule and let it guide your study strategy. Scene script. Strategy number 2 is about your study environment. Is it helping or hindering your concentration? Imagine you're trying to focus on a complex problem, but your phone keeps buzzing with notifications. The TV is blaring in the next room and your room is a mess. Sounds distracting, right? That's because it is. A cluttered, noisy environment can significantly disrupt your concentration and make studying less effective. So let's talk about the importance of a distraction-free study environment. Picture a quiet room with a tidy desk, good lighting, and all your study materials within reach. There's no TV, no phone, just you and your books. This is what we call a conducive study environment. It's designed to enhance your focus and make studying feel less like a chore and more like a productive use of your time. But how do you create such an environment? Well, it starts with minimizing distractions. This could mean turning off your phone or at least putting it on silent mode. If you're studying at home, try to find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. And if you're sharing your study space with others, consider using headphones to block out noise. The next step is organizing your study space. A tidy desk can do wonders for your concentration. Keep only the materials you need for your current study session on your desk. This helps to reduce visual clutter and can make it easier for you to focus on your work. Good lighting is also important. A well-lit room can reduce eye strain and make reading easier. And don't forget about comfort. A comfortable chair and an ergonomically designed desk can make long study sessions less tiring. Creating a distraction-free study environment may require a bit of effort, but the payoff is worth it. It can help you concentrate better, understand complex concepts more easily, and remember information for longer. So take a moment to evaluate your current study environment. Could it be more conducive to studying? What changes can you make to minimize distractions and enhance your focus? Remember, a conducive environment is key to effective study. Scene script. Strategy 3 is all about notes, but not just any notes. We're talking about comprehensive notes. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to remember everything they study, while others struggle to recall even the basic details? The answer might lie in the way they take notes. Comprehensive note-taking is a powerful strategy that can significantly improve your understanding and retention of information. Think of your brain as a computer. Just like a computer, your brain has a limited amount of working memory. When you take notes, you're essentially offloading some of this cognitive load onto paper, freeing up space in your brain to process and understand new information. So what makes note-taking effective? First, it's about being active in the learning process. Instead of passively reading or listening, you're actively summarizing, questioning, and making connections. This active engagement helps to reinforce the information in your brain. Second, it's about organizing the information in a way that makes sense to you. This could mean using headings and subheadings, bullet points, diagrams, or color coding. The key is to create a visual map of the information, making it easier to review and recall later on. Different note-taking techniques work for different people. For example, some might prefer the Cornell method, which involves dividing the page into 3 sections for notes, key points, and a summary. Others might prefer the mind mapping technique, which involves drawing a diagram that connects different ideas. Regardless of the method you choose, the goal is the same: to create a comprehensive record of the information that you can refer back to and review. Remember, the act of taking notes is just as important as the notes themselves. It's about being active and engaged in the learning process, making connections, and organizing the information in a way that makes sense to you. So, next time you're studying, don't just passively read or listen. Grab a pen and paper and start taking comprehensive notes. It might take a bit more effort, but the payoff in terms of understanding and retention will be well worth it. Comprehensive note-taking is a powerful tool for retention and understanding. Moving on to strategy 4. Have you considered setting short-term goals? When studying, it's easy to get overwhelmed by the sheer volume of information. This is where short-term goals come in handy. They break down your workload into manageable chunks, helping you make steady progress while keeping stress levels in check. Now, what do we mean by short-term goals? These are smaller, achievable targets that you set for yourself within your broader study plan. For instance, you might set a goal to understand a particular chapter or topic by the end of the day, or to complete a set number of practice problems within an hour. The beauty of short-term goals is that they're immediately rewarding. Every time you tick off a goal, you get a sense of accomplishment. This boosts your motivation, spurring you on to tackle the next task with renewed vigor. Moreover, short-term goals help improve productivity. They keep you focused on one task at a time, preventing you from getting sidetracked. This focused approach can significantly enhance your understanding and retention of material. Remember, it's crucial to set realistic short-term goals. Over-ambitious goals can lead to frustration and burnout, while goals that are too easy might not push you enough. Strive for a balance that challenges you, yet is within your reach. In summary, setting short-term goals can turn a daunting study session into a series of manageable tasks. It's a simple strategy, but one that can make a significant difference to your learning efficiency and motivation. Short-term goals can provide structure and motivation during your study sessions. Last but not least, strategy 5. What motivates you to study? This might seem like an easy question, but the answer is far from simple. Personal motivation is a huge driving force when it comes to studying. It's the fuel that keeps you going even when the road gets tough. Let's talk about finding that motivation. Everyone has different things that inspire them. Some are driven by the desire to achieve high grades, others are motivated by the prospect of a successful career, and some simply love the process of learning. It's important to identify what drives you, because this is what will keep you going when you're finding it hard to concentrate or when you're feeling overwhelmed. Now you might be thinking, that's great, but how do I stay positive when I'm swamped with study materials and the pressure is mounting? Well, there's no one-size-fits-all answer to this, but there are a few strategies that might help. One way is to break your study sessions into manageable chunks. This can make the task seem less daunting and can also provide a sense of achievement when you complete each section. Another approach is to reward yourself. Set a goal, and when you reach it, treat yourself to something you enjoy. This could be anything from a short break to watch your favorite show, a walk outside, or even a small snack. Remember, studying doesn't have to be a painful process. By finding what motivates you and by staying positive, you can transform it into a rewarding experience. After all, every study session is a step closer to your goals. Finding your motivation and staying positive can make a huge difference in your study sessions. So there you have it, 5 strategies for effective exam preparation. Let's quickly recap. First, we discussed the 80-20th rule, which suggests that focusing on the most critical material will yield the best results. Next, we explored the importance of creating a distraction-free environment for enhanced concentration. We then moved on to the value of comprehensive note-taking, a powerful tool to aid in the retention of knowledge. Setting short-term goals came up next, a strategy that can significantly boost your motivation and drive you towards your study targets. Finally, we underscored the importance of finding your motivation. Whether it's acing the exam or building a strong foundation for your future career, identifying what drives you can be a game changer in your study habits. Remember, successful exam preparation requires dedication, discipline, and effective strategies. You've got this.